How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 back again with another episode of WMMA 5 in our UFC save. And now we are going to book the entire month of October. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The last time that I joined you guys was for UFC 251, Cormier versus Miocic 3. And the results for that are as follows. Oh, wow. Has a lot really gone on since? Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, so Daniel Cormier, not retaining, but he wins back the heavyweight championship over Stipe Miocic. Miocic drops all the way down to number 7 in the heavyweight division. Cormier champion once again. GSP makes his triumphant return over Colby Covington. Robert Whittaker will be fighting for the middleweight title now after beating Jared Cannonier. Dominic Reyes will be fighting for the light heavyweight championship in the near future after beating Anthony Smith. And Yoel Romero gets back in the win column after beating a returning Nick Diaz. Imagine Dana White dealing with Charles. He wouldn't. He's talking about Charles Bennett, Crazy Horse Bennett, Felony Horse Bennett, whatever you want to call him. Crazy guy. Crazy guy. Fun to watch, don't get me wrong. A lot of raw talent, but it wouldn't be worth it. Yeah. You want to talk about guys who pop for PEDs. How about guys who pop for cocaine and get arrested like every other week? That's what you would have to deal with Charles Bennett. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the news here. See if there's anything worth looking at. Ooh, Rallick Gracie, 0-1 in Bellator though. High level regional, it's not really worth it. Wait for him to get a little bit better. Leroy Barnes, no thank you. Oh, how's it going, Dunkman? Thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying. Let's go ahead and book some more fight cards now. Fabian Edwards. See this guy. 10-0, 6-0 in Bellator. Out of England. Looks like a really good prospect. Let's go ahead and sign this guy up. And he'll accept that deal. All right, let's see here. Anything else? Corey Tate? Nah, not you. Not you. Nope. Cut from Bellator at 0-3. Yikes. No, thank you. See this girl, Vetsa Arteaga. I would not want her for the UFC, but the thing is, if Invicta were to sign her up, it'd be great because we'd have, more women down there. Or I could just sign her up and send her to Invicta. But I really don't want to start doing that. I want to just let Invicta, do what they do. Look at this kid, Bryce Money Meredith. This kid looks like he could make money. He has nothing scheduled. A former at Wyoming. Olympics. See, was he scheduled to debut? Because it doesn't look like he's a regen fighter by any means. Huh, that's very interesting. Well, I'll go ahead and shortlist him. Because he was a D1 wrestler. And I mean, no homo, but that face can make money. That's the kind of face that you could put on a poster and it would look good. You know what I mean? I'd imagine his star potential is really good. Okay, let's go and take a look at our emails before we get things going. Francisco Rivera has completed his drug test failure suspension. Well, good for him. He's real. I looked him up. Oh, that other guy? Yeah, so that means he was probably scheduled to debut. Oh, it's because it's August 2020. That means that we're just leaving the Olympics. That's why. So that means that the Olympics just finished. Okay, now I get it. So he was scheduled to debut after the Olympics in the mod. That's interesting. Paul Craig, contract renewal. He hasn't been scheduled for a fight yet, but I want to keep him around. But it's good that we're doing this because he hasn't been booked for a fight yet, so we don't have to pay him $10,000 for his fight. Okay. Rogerio Bontorin. I mean, we could always use more flyweights. These are all guys that are just like expiring. Like their contracts are expiring. Not that like they're running out of fights, but like their contracts are just expiring. Christos Giagos, he has a fight scheduled. We'll go ahead and get that set up. Wellington Turman beat Marcus Perez. He hasn't had a fight scheduled in a while, but we'll keep him around. Andrei Koreshkov booked. Lyoto Machida beat Gegard Mousasi. Douglas Lima beat Curtis Millender. But I'm still can't. Yeah, I still can't negotiate with him. It would tell me if I could negotiate with him. Okay, let's go ahead and see if there's anyone from the last fight card that we want to cut. Alejandro Perez, 3 losses in a row, but they're against quality opponents, so not just yet. Alexis Dufresne. Definitely not going to cut her, but I might send her down to Invicta. Andre Harrison, I won't cut him. No. Ooh, James Vick, yikes. Number 18 in the UFC, but on a 5-fight losing streak now. Nick Diaz. I mean, we're going to have to keep him around. 4-fight losing streak now for him, including the Yoel Romero loss. He'll still be around. How long is he out for? He's out for 6 months. Yikes. Okay. So what's the name of that guy that we're looking at? Bryce Meredith. So this kid apparently was actually a wrestler at Wyoming. Turned to MMA after trying out for the Olympics. But the Olympics are technically over in game, so... Okay. Have I booked Albert Tumanov? Yes, I already have. In game, he is recuperating, so he's not back for 3 months. But he beat Matt Brown by split decision on the Joanna versus Suarez card. But it sucks because he's not going to be back for at least 3 months. All right. Let's go ahead and get down to it. Our next fight card, of course, Uzdemir versus Gustafsson. McGregor versus Gaethje is immediately following that. 2 pay-per-views in 1 month. You love to see it. All right. So now let's go ahead and take a look and see where we could book our next pay-per-view. Because we're in Nevada, so I'd want to switch it up a little bit. So Cormier is available for a quick turnaround. 19 days. And so is Ngannou, because Ngannou's back in a couple days as well. 5 days. So I'm possibly thinking about doing a card in Louisiana, because that's Daniel Cormier's home state, either Louisiana or another one in California. Cyril Gane isn't booked. No, he's not. I might look to book him. So I'm thinking California for this next pay-per-view. Everyone's booked, essentially. How long is Usman out for? So Usman's out for another 3 months. GSP is out for 5 days. So that Usman fight is going to have to wait for GSP. GSP is going to wait for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Habib is ready to be booked, but Habib is also waiting on the McGregor-Gaethje fight. So the winner of McGregor-Gaethje is fighting Habib. We know that for a fact. Volkanovski. So Holloway's good to go. Ortega's good to go. Zabit's ready to go. So I've decided that Volkanovski-Holloway is happening, but then Ortega's going to fight Zabit, and the winner of that fight will also be next in line for a title fight. Volkanovski's out for 20 days. So potentially we could do both the heavyweight and the featherweight championship fight. Cejudo's good to go. And we already know Jan is going to fight for the title. So a California card with 3 title fights, maybe 2 title fights. Probably 2 title fights. Which ones though? Because is Cejudo popular enough to carry on mid-level national, and then Yan is high-level regional in Russia. Not even that popular in Russia. Volkanovski, low-level national in Australia. Maybe we could take a fight card to Australia, a pay-per-view. And then where's Holloway at in Australia? Mid-level national. And then he is low-level national in Australia. And then Cejudo. Okay. So we have 3 potential title fights that we could book up. I'm thinking Cejudo will defend his title on this card against Yan. And then we're going to do the DC and Ngannou fight as well. And that should be really good. So Cormier versus Ngannou. And then Cejudo versus Yan. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. In California as well. All right, UFC 255, week 4 of October. All right, in California for DC. All right, love that. Now that we are international, we can do publicity blitzes to get even more excitement. Do you think you would ever do a fight in Africa? I will definitely do fights in Africa, but I don't think I would do pay-per-views in Africa because, first of all, MMA isn't that popular in Africa, so it's not going to draw a lot of people to the gate. Not that that's the end-all be-all, but it's just not that popular in Africa, so it wouldn't make business sense to do it, but I definitely will. But they're more than likely going to be like fight nights, not pay-per-views. Now, if Ngannou were to win the championship, and then we were to get a lot more popular in Africa, and MMA were to get a lot more popular in Africa, then I would consider taking a pay-per-view to Africa. And if that were to happen, I would probably consider doing like a super fight card with like Ngannou as champion, Adesanya as champion, Usman as champion, like all 3 of them defending their title. That's something that I could envision doing. But it would have to be under the right circumstances, and it can't be just because, oh, let's go to Africa. You know what I mean? It would have to make business sense to me to do it. All right. Advanced publicity blitz. Let's go ahead and do advanced publicity blitzes for all of our pay-per-views. Especially McGregor versus Gaethje. All right. So we already know what we want, but we aren't necessarily able to, schedule it just yet because Ngannou and Cormier aren't ready to be booked. But we do have the other one that's ready to be booked. So Cejudo versus Yan for the Bantamweight Championship. And even this one, it says it would be a decent main event. So that's interesting. It means it would probably be able to hold its own as the main event, but we're not going to, it's not going to be the main event. That's going to be the Ngannou versus DC fight. And so we have that one booked up. So now let's figure out where we want to put our other fight cards and possibly look at main events for those cards. So I'm thinking 2 international fight cards and then 1 in the United States. And the one in the United States will be the ESPN card. Oh, that's right. We have to do something else. ABC. Or actually, now that we're low-level international, let's just go ahead and take a look at anyone that'll sign with us. So I know ABC is going to be my go-to now for America and Canada. Okay. Now Japan. Let's go. We got a better TV deal in Japan, you guys. That's big. That's awesome. J Sports TV. Let's go. All right. See, these are like tiny little victories, but they mean a lot because a lot more people are going to be able to watch the fights. You're going to get a lot more money out of advertisements on, these TV stations. It means a lot. That's why getting low level international is really important. Okay, we don't have to worry about Canada. We got ABC. What about Mexico? So I think we're on Azteca 13. So medium. Anything that's big? Or medium, maybe? Small. What is Azteca 13? Medium. Small, small, medium. Okay, so Azteca 13 will have to do. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. South America. Uh, Rede Globo is massive. We're fine with that. Yeah, we're fine with South America and our contract there. British Isles. Who are we signed up with now? With Eurosport, right? With ESPN. So big. Anything bigger than big? Medium, medium, tiny, medium, medium, big. Medium, tiny, small, medium, small, tiny, medium, small, tiny. Nope. Okay. So it looks like ESPN UK is the way that we're going to go. What about Europe? Anything better in Europe? So Polsat is big. That's who we're with now. Medium. It doesn't look like it. That's fine. Okay, Australia. Who are we with in Australia? Fox Sports Australia, which is medium. Medium. I would love it if there was an option if a new game comes out, if they have illegal streams as a pay-per-view option. I mean, you can set it up to just be like, you can put them on YouTube if you want, and you'll have a lot of range. It's just you won't generate revenue. You know what I mean? I forgot what I was doing. Medium, medium, big, medium. Okay, so Australia looks like we're fine with what we're doing. Streamlabs is what we're using now. Yeah. So this is Streamlabs OBS. This is what I use. Uh-oh. Couple skip frames. That's no good. Okay. But yeah, for Australia, we're fine. Um, Asia. Ooh, big. Okay, MNC Vision. New broadcast partner there. What about Russia? We're on Eurosport Russia, medium. Medium. Small. Okay, so we're good there. How do you record the fight nights? I literally just so When you're on Streamlabs like this, or here, give me 1 second. So when you're on Streamlabs like this, you can see everything that's going on here. I can't personally see it because I'm playing the game. So what I do is I have my phone, and on my phone I have an app that connects to my Streamlabs like server, and from my phone I can either start streaming or end recording, things like that. So when I'm doing this, I'll just end recording and then I'll like start recording again, and that's how I do it. That's how I record the fight nights. Okay. Um. Okay. So not Russia anymore. So let's take a look at Central America. And then the way that I look at my Twitch, chat whenever I'm on here is I just go on the Twitch like app on my phone. I'm surprised there's never been like merchandise option like Dr. Pepper want to sponsor you. I mean, I'm still very small. I get it. I do this for fun mainly, not to make money, but I mean, if opportunities were to come my way to make money, I'd be down for it. People want to subscribe to the Twitch channel, that'd be cool too. But this is more of a hobby for me, and I just enjoy it, just to be able to, give you guys more enjoyment than anything else. All right, Central America. All right, small, small, medium. Okay, Repretel Kanal 11, our new broadcast partner. Let's see, do we have anything in Africa? Ooh, we do. Ooh. Did I have any contracts? I had zero contracts with anybody in Africa. Okay, cool. Super Sport HD 2. Oh, I meant like in the game. Like, oh, did a doctor ever want to sponsor you? Oh, you mean like in game as far as what? Like sponsorships in game? The game automatically assumes that you're making like sponsorship money, and I can show you that right now. We're all done with media, by the way, so let's go and take a look at that. So as far as finances, ooh, don't look at that. I'm losing money. But as you can see here, every month you are making money as far as sponsorship goes. You're making money for pay-per-views if you have them. You're making money for ads and subs. You're making money off of merchandise, things like that. You're making money off your children. Children means like your children company, so like Invicta. So I'm making $39,000 this month off of Invicta. Estimates. You want to start recording it? I say just go for it. If you want to, do it. All right. Okay, so Cejudo versus Yan. Let's go ahead and add another show. But let's take a look at the rankings, see who else we can book. So Curtis Blades needs to be booked. So Curtis Blades needs to be booked for sure. Who could we have Curtis Blades fight, though? Coming off the win over Rosenstrike. So probably someone in the top 10. When's Volkov back? 19 days. Maybe a card in Russia? Rumble Johnson? Back in 5 days. Blades versus Rumble Johnson? Volkov versus Lewis, too, maybe? Lewis isn't back for 2 months. Rosenstrike is back in 47 days. Walt Harris lost to Volkov. Ooh, so maybe Blades versus Rumble Johnson? Or Blades versus Volkov? Because if I do Volkov, I can do a Russia card. Only 19 days. Low level national in Russia. Where's Blades at in Russia? I doubt he's really popular there. Mid level regional, yeah. High level he's not even that popular in USA. But him versus Rumble Johnson. Mid level national, low level national. It would make more sense to do Volkov versus Johnson in Russia. But Blades deserves a higher ranked opponent. So Blades versus Volkov. And I think we'll go ahead and do that in Russia. No, not Volkov. Volkov. There we go. Yeah, so Walt Harris, maybe Stefan Struve. Harris versus Struve. Yeah, heavyweight is hard to book because first of all, because the heavyweight division's kind of been stagnated by the whole DC Miocic thing. So it is hard to book. And there's a lot of contenders, but it's like top heavy. You know what I mean? So like the top 15, great. But then after the top 15, it's like poopy. So you find yourself kind of just booking the same 10 guys against each other a lot. But someone like Cyril Gane could definitely change that, who beat a top 10 opponent his last time out. So we have to find him another top 10 opponent, or at least top 15. Stefan Struve, who did he beat last time out? Tai Tuivasa. Top 15. How long is Cain Velasquez out for? 2 months. So the way that I'm thinking is Blades Volkov. Rumble Johnson will have to fight somebody. So maybe Johnson versus Harris, or Harris versus Struve. Struve versus Gane. Travis Brown, how long is he out for? Because he's coming off a win too. 26 days. Cain Velasquez is out for a while. Rosenstrike's out for a while. Lewis is out for a while. Miocic is out for a while. So I feel like Harris Struve is the right move. That rhymed. Harris versus Struve, and then Brown versus Gane. At some point, Ivanov's coming off a loss, correct? Abdurakimov's coming off a loss. Yes, he is. Against Verdun, who's out for 26 days. Yeah, so Gane versus Struve. Or no, Gane versus Brown. Struve versus Harris. Okay, Marcos Rogerio de Lima beat Andre Arlovsky. We can worry about him later. Alexander Rakic, what are you coming off of? Beat Nikita Krylov, who is, I think, top 20, right? Yeah, so we'll find you another top 20 opponent. Maybe Ryan Spann. Beat Jim Crute. Rakic versus Spann. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Derek Brunson's ready to go. And I think Brunson is going to fight Weidman for sure. Yeah, Brunson versus Weidman. So Arlovsky. Yeah, Arlovsky's keeping his job. He's sticking around. He's a legend. Brunson versus Weidman. That's definitely going to be a fight I make. Antonio Carlos Jr. beat Elias Theodorou, who was number 20. So let's find him another top 20 opponent. Theodorou we don't worry about right now. Maybe he can just face off against Mearshart, who's coming off a win. Yeah, that seems easy enough. Theodorou Mearshart. Now his chin is a bunch of soggy chips. Yeah, but he won his last fight in real life, so good for him. Ponzinibbio. Need to find something for Ponzinibbio to do. Beat Stephen Thompson last time out. What was Stephen Thompson at? Number 11. So definitely need to find him someone in the top 11 to fight. Him versus Nate? Colby's out for a while, I think, right? Like 26 days, 19 days. He's already beaten Robbie Lawler. Maybe Colby versus Nate. Ponzinibbio versus Lawler. Lawler just beat Neil Magny, but he's out for 40 days. Masvidal, how long is he out for? 33 days. Vicente Luque beat Nico Price, out for 19 days. Nate Diaz beat Damian Maia, out for 26 days. So I feel like a fight that would sell the most is definitely Colby Nate, because that has not happened before. So that would leave Ponzinibbio Lawler or Ponzinibbio Masvidal. So Ponzinibbio versus someone top 11 for sure. Lawler. Yeah, either Masvidal or Lawler. That's what it's going to come down to. Because Colby Covington can fight Nate Diaz. That fight will sell a little bit more. All right, lightweights. Oliveira just beat Cerrone. Ideally, I'd want him to face a little bit more of a tougher opponent. So the only one that's available right now is Yaquinta or Gillespie. Is Gillespie even available? 5 days, okay. Yaquinta? 12 days. But he didn't necessarily beat anyone that impressive in Hernandez. So he can. No, not Cerrone again. Maybe someone like Islam or Hooker. But he hasn't yet Quinta already fought Hooker? He has, and he lost. Now, Cowboy versus someone like Islam lost, though. Michael Johnson, no. Hooker. Hooker's coming off a loss to Poirier. Maybe he can fight against Cowboy. But he's out for 33 days. Michael Johnson's coming off a win. Maybe he can fight against Makachev. That's something that could happen. Now, we do know Ortega versus Zabit is going to happen on the pay-per-view. We do know that. Because Holloway's fighting Volkanovski for the title. Korean Zombie. Lost to Brian Ortega. Maybe he can fight Cub Swanson. Beat Ricardo Lamas. Edson Barbosa. What are these guys up to? Barbosa, how long are you out for? But you lost to Chad Mendez, and you're also out for 2 months. Mirsad Bektic, out for 19 days. He needs to fight someone in the top 15, not just the top 10. Mendez, how long are you out for? You're still out for 3 months. So yeah, it looks like Korean Zombie's going to fight Cub Swanson. What is Yair up to? Lost to Zabit. Maybe Allen versus Yair. So Korean Zombie versus Swanson. And then Yair versus Allen. Darren Elkins coming. Oh, he beat Kevin Aguilar. We can find something for him later. We're not super concerned with him. Moraes versus Rivera is something that I want to do. Old and new featherweight division. Yeah, it's very weird featherweight division. So I'm thinking Rivera versus Moraes. Seems easy enough. All right, Frankie Edgar. Oh, he has to fight someone, doesn't he? Yeah. Oh, Simone versus Edgar. Yep. Unless Simone versus Edgar or versus Sanhagen. Because what did he do last time? Beat Yadong Sung. So yeah, I feel like Edgar is better for him. Yeah. Okay. So Edgar versus Simone. Pantoja versus De Silva has to happen. Okay. And as far as the flyweights, I'm not 100% concerned with anything other than that. Women's featherweight. We'll check out the tournament in a little bit. Kunitskaya versus McMahon. How long is Lena Landsberg out for? 19 days. Rocky Pennington is out for 33 days. GDR is out for 5 days. So Chason is fighting versus Marion Renault. Who's Aldana fighting? Julia Villa. Who's Vieira fight? Vieira's fighting Holm, and if Vieira wins against Holm, then she gets a title shot. I feel like Landsberg versus McMahon. Yeah, I feel like those are fights to make. Landsberg versus McMahon, both coming off wins. And then Kunitskaya, who's coming off a loss. Maybe just straight up do Rocky versus GDR. Has that happened? It has, but about 2 years ago. Who did Landsberg beat? Nico. It's not very impressive. So yeah, fight like McMahon will do her just fine. Rocky versus Kunitskaya or GDR versus Kunitskaya? Not Rocky. She's not back for another month. Yeah, GDR versus Kunitskaya. Has that already happened? It has not. It's interesting. The rest of them not really concerned about. Them I'm not really concerned about. Now, Joanna. What can we have Joanna do? Because she's coming off consecutive losses. So ideally I'd want to give her a fight that's not necessarily easy, but that gives her a good chance to win. She's already beaten Karate Hottie. And I don't think I would want to give her Karate Hottie again. Angela Hill. Someone who's coming off a win. Tisha Torres. So she's coming off a couple straight wins. Nina Ansaroff. No, she lost. Courtney Casey. No. Nope. Cynthia Calvillo. I doubt she would even fight her. Who's Jandaroba fighting? Marcos? Yep. I'm thinking Marina I could just redo that fight. The Karate Hottie fight. Lost to Carla Esparza. No, she doesn't really deserve to fight her again. I mean, no one's really up at flyweight for her to fight either. I mean, Joanna versus Angela Hill looks like the fight to make. Angela Hill coming off a pretty controversial decision. She lost her last fight to Gadella. Karate Hottie. Nina. Karate Hottie versus Courtney Casey. Lost to Cynthia Calvillo. Livia Renata Sosa. Lost to Vienna Van Buren. How long is Calvillo out for? 5 days? She lost to Jandaroba. We'll just go ahead and do Karate Hottie versus Nina. And the rest I'm not 100% concerned over. We can find them fights as we see fit. Okay. All right, so taking a look at our list of fights here, what can we possibly put on the pay-per-view? Brunson versus Weidman. Ortega versus Zabit. And then one more. Or you know what? I might save Brunson and Weidman for that ESPN card. So then Ortega versus Zabit for sure. Zombie versus Swanson. And Moraes versus Rivera. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then Brunson versus Weidman can headline the ESPN card. All right. Okay. All right. And then, of course, the main event for that one will be DC and Ganu. So we have, let's see. Oh, no, why did I do this? Hold on. Brunson, where's Brunson from? North Carolina. Weidman's from New York. So I'm thinking maybe we put that ESPN card in North Carolina for Derek Brunson. Let's go ahead and do that. In week 2 of October, Saturday, lesser show. We're going to call it ESPN right now, but it's probably going to be on ABC. In North Carolina. We already had a card in North Carolina. What about South Carolina? Tennessee, Texas. Sure. South Carolina it is. Okay. And then that first fight card, the ESPN Plus fight card, is going to be in Russia. Throwaway show. All right. Drug testing, yes. Looks good. In Moscow, South Carolina. And then one more international card. Now, who do we have on here that could potentially main event that card? Struve versus Harris Rocket. No. Zombie versus Swanson. Okay, so that one's gone. That one's gone. Now, if we were to do Zombie versus Swanson, we could have it in like South Korea. But we already have that Choi fight in South Korea, so we won't do that. Hmm. Apparently, that Zombie Swanson fight won't be good enough for the pay-per-view. Ponzinibbio. Maybe have it in Argentina for him. Ponzinibbio, just how popular are you? Mid-level national South America. Let's go ahead and do it. Argentina it is. All right, so ESPN Plus card. Saturday, week 3. Throwaway show. All right, in Argentina. Move to main events. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and says it'd be best suited to the prelims. Let's go ahead and move this one over to the ESPN card too. Main show fight, but not a main event. That's fine. See, that's what I'm talking about, though, about putting on these cards in USA now that we're low-level international. It's going to be tougher because you're going to be expecting like way better cards. But Brunson versus Weidman is a good main event, so not to worry about that. Okay, but we have to find something else for this fight, for this card. So let's just see who's popular, not necessarily like high ranked. Habib, Edgar, Diego Sanchez, Struve. Who were we gonna have Struve fight against? Walt Harris. Let's see if Struve can fight on this card. Perhaps just make it onto the main show. So no, probably not. Joanna? Do the Joanna fight maybe? Or Yair versus Allen? Let's try the Joanna fight. Main show fight, but not a main event? That'll work. That'll work. All right, cool. Boom, done. And then this can be the opener. Got it. All right, cool. So we got that figured out. So far, we have the main card for UFC 255. The main event is going to be Daniel Cormier defending his heavyweight title against Francis Ngannou. Then we have Henry Cejudo defending his bantamweight championship against Piotr Jan. And then immediately before that is a title eliminator between Marlon Moraes and Jimmy Rivera. Joanna Jędrzejczyk fighting Angela Hill. And then a title eliminator between Brian Ortega and Zabit Magomed Sharipov. All right. Now for Moscow, we already know what's cooking. Let's just delete these. All right. Let me just set myself up here. Blades versus Volkov. Let's do it. We can do that Stefan Struve fight here too. So Blades versus Volkov. Volkov, of course, is not ready just yet. It says this would be a great main event as well. So we'll hold off on that. And then Argentina, we already know what our main event's going to be there. Ponzinibbio, Diego Sanchez. But the thing is, we have to decide who we want him to fight. Either Robbie Lawler or Jorge Masvidal. I'm kind of leaning on Lawler because I kind of want to protect Jorge Masvidal and maybe give him a little bit more of a winnable fight for him. When's Lawler back? 40 days, man. Yeesh. When's Masvidal back? 33 days. Okay. So it's going to be Robbie Lawler. So go ahead and get that set up for him later. Okay, so now let's go ahead and find what else we can put on the main cards of these shows. All right, so let's just go ahead and go down from the bottom. Gane versus Brown. Mid-level regional. Where is he popular? High-level regional, British Isles in Europe. He's mid-level regional everywhere else. So it doesn't really matter where we put him. Let's go ahead and stick him on the Russia card. A little closer to France. Okay. Struve versus Harris. Will it work on the ESPN card? Main show fight, but not a main event. Let's go ahead and do it. Rockich versus Span. Low level regional. Where are you popular at, Rockich? He's low level regional everywhere. What about Span? He's low level regional too. Hmm. So for Rockich and Span, I'm actually going to put it on the prelims of the pay per view since they're not popular yet. That makes the most sense. Okay. Antonio Carlos Jr. versus top 20 middleweight. That's probably going to go on the Argentina show. But who do we want him to fight? Heinisch, when are you back? 26 days. Anderson Silva, no. Uriah Hall, back for 19 days. Maybe Uriah Hall. David Branch, he's still on suspension. Christoph Jotko, on hiatus. It looks like Uriah Hall. It looks like it's going to be Uriah Hall. Hermanson, back in 5 days. No, I'm going to go ahead and have him fight Uriah Hall. Yeah, you can fight Uriah Hall. Okay. Theodoro versus Mearshart. That's probably going to be on the prelims. Low level regional. Low level regional. Low level national. Still says it would be best suited to the prelims. What about on the other ones? This says it would be a strong main event. But how? No, no. We're just gonna. We'll do what we did with the other one. We'll put it on the prelims for the pay per view. Okay. Ponzinibbio versus Lawler. Of course, that's going to take place. in Argentina. Okay, Yair versus Allen. That one we could probably put on either the ESPN card or the Argentina card. So let's check the ESPN card first. Okay, low level national versus mid level regional. It looks main show fight, but not a main event. And I think that'll be good. But let's check the other one just in case. This is great main event, but it doesn't make 100% sense. I mean, England, Russia, not super far away. And then great main event, strong main event. We'll go ahead and put this one in. No, since it'll be okay on the ESPN fight card, we don't know if it'll be okay anywhere else, or we don't know if there's any other fights that'll be okay here. So we'll go ahead and put it on here. Okay, so two more fights for the ESPN card. Pantoja versus De Silva. This one's going to be tricky, but I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being in Argentina. Great main event. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right, Landsberg versus McMahon. It's more than likely going to be on the prelims, but let's see how it'll do on the ESPN card. Doesn't look like it would do very... Oh. Is that because they're both not available? Where's Sarah McMahon at? Oh, there she is. So she's low-level national, so she might be able to. Where's Landsberg at, though? High-level region. No, we're just going to go ahead and put him on the prelims just to be 100% safe. All right. GDR versus Kunitskaya. That one will be in Russia. Are they both unavailable, though? How is she not popular in Russia? Is GDR popular in Russia? No. Hmm. Well, it's going to be on the main card, so there we go. And then Watterson versus Nina. Oh, wow. Is she really not that popular? Nina Ansaroff. Just scraping onto the main show. Okay, so that's for the ESPN fight night though, so surely it'll be okay somewhere else. Argentina or Moscow? Probably Argentina. Hmm. Potential main event, sure. Okay, so those are all the fights that we had to book. And then, of course, these are still kind of to be seen. Simone versus Edgar, Renault versus Chason. Let's see if we can make those. Okay. Oh, Renault versus Chason was already made. Okay. So, that is all good. Now let's book the rest of these main cards, shall we? This one's all good. 3 more fights, 2 more fights, and 2 more fights. So let's go over to Moscow and see who our popular people are. Low level regional, that's not very good. Habib, obviously very popular here. Charles Oliveira, very popular here. Let's figure out something for Charles Oliveira, though. Yaquinta. Oliveira versus Yaquinta. Or Gregor Gillespie. Nah, Gillespie can probably fight someone like in this range. Like Cowboy. Oliveira Yaquinta? When is Yaquinta back? 12 days? And then that fight can probably be in Argentina. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Well, to be honest, that one can probably be on the ESPN fight night. Is Oliveira popular? Mid-level national, but that's in Argentina. America too. Oh, hell yeah. All right, cool, cool. All right. So we only have one more fight to book now for that one. Main show fight, but not a main event. Main show fight, but not a main event. Main show fight, but not a main event. Okay, so this one will probably be right around there. Boom. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's see if we can find that last fight for this one, actually. because it means a little bit more than the other ones. Any females that are popular? High level regional? No. Doesn't look like it. Diego Sanchez. Cowboy Cerrone. Ryan Hall. Cowboy Cerrone. So I think I want him. He hasn't fought Hooker yet, but when's Hooker back? 33 days. Islam's coming off a loss, so is Paul Felder. Michael Johnson's coming off a win over Trinaldo. Ooh, I wanted him to fight Gillespie, right? Who's back in 5 days. Yeah. Is Gillespie popular, though? High level regional. That should be able to still cut it. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Okay. Donald Cerrone. Okay. All right. So 2 more fights for this card. 3 more fights for this card. The Moscow one's going to be tough. Let's do this Argentina card first. 2 more fights to book. Okay, so Diego Sanchez, Michael Johnson. Low level national winning streak is what I'm looking for. And it looks like Diego Sanchez and Rogerio de Lima. So Diego Sanchez, welterweight division. He's unranked, coming off a win over Carlos Condit, though. So I'm thinking Jeff Neal or Cowboy Oliveira. Cowboy Oliveira it is. Great main event. Great main event. Okay. 1 more. Marcos Rogerio de Lima, so heavyweight division. Is there anyone else that's ranked that needs an opponent? He beat Andre Arlovsky. Ooh, Felipe Lins. Interesting debut for him. Says it'd be a strong main event. So I'm thinking either Felipe Lins or someone around this kind of side. Ben Rothwell, when are you back? 33 days. Fabricio Verdum? 26 days. But no, Verdum's going to have to fight someone up here. Abdurakhimov? 4 months, yikes. Ivanov? 4 months. Travis Brown is probably fighting someone up here. No. Okay, so it's going to be Felipe Lins. Couple Brazilian boys going at it. Low level national. Okay. All right, so the Argentina card is booked. The US card, the ESPN Fight Night, is booked. And it looks pretty stacked so far. It looks like a really good card. So now 3 more fights for the Moscow card. Any females that are popular here? No. Russia do not like their women fighters. All right, low-level national coming off a victory. So Michael Johnson. Jim Miller, Michael Johnson, maybe. Ooh, Michael Johnson versus Islam? Ooh. Yes, let's do it. Islam's favored a little bit. Two more fights. I saw Jim Miller. Damir Smagolov. Says Jim Miller's heavily favored. But that seems like a good fight to give to a Smagolov, so let's go ahead and do it. And then one more. Bibulatov. Let's find something for him to do. Broken their losing streak? No, you're lying. Ryan Hall. Let's do Ryan Hall. Get him on a main card. How is he still not ranked? Versus Zuba. Heavily favored, though. Let's do Hall versus Zuba. Mid-level national. Low-level national. Low-level national. Okay. So now all of our fight cards are booked. So let's go ahead and do the prelims now, starting first with 255. I'm not worried about hometown fighters, really, too much. Go ahead and get that one out of the way. All right, head bantamweight, Francisco Rivera. All these guys haven't fought in a while. Okay, looks like an even fight there. I'm seriously considering, and I'm probably. You know what? Yes. From now on, I am going to do 10 prelims for every show. Just so we can get more fights out. Oh, but no, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't, just because everyone's still making a lot of money. Yeah, no, we'll keep it as it is. At least until I'm comfortable that everyone's, making less money than they should be. Which is a kind of shitty thing to say, but you get what I'm saying. All right, Tiburcio versus Kondo. Let's go back over to the flyweights. Let's get something going with the flyweights. Go ahead and do this fight right here. One more flyweight fight. That looks good. Okay. Okay, now 2 lightweight fights. McDessie versus Jalen Turner. All right. And did I see Chase Hooper? We'll worry about him later. Yancy Medeiros versus Nasrat Hakparast. All right. Okay, cool. So UFC 255 is booked for the most part. Just going to have to finish up all of those when everyone becomes available. So now let's go ahead and move on to the other ones. And let's go ahead and look for some hometown fighters. All right. So let's go ahead and reset. And so we're going to set this one to more than 6 months ago, and then this one to hometown fighter. Let's see if we come up with anything. All right, cool. So Yandiev from Moscow. A couple Russians coming at it. Let's go and do this one. A couple Russians. All right, Murdazaliev. He's on drug suspension, but it'll be over by the time that he's booked, so it's fine. Okay, let's go and do this one. Unless there's another. Let's go do this one. Czech Republic guy. All right, so this is where we get into it here. Kunchenko. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one. And then we'll do this one as well. And we'll look. Is there any more fighters? Flyweight for sure. Alexander Albu versus Estela Nunes. Go ahead and do that one as well. Shukov versus Bagautinov. Okay, we can do that. Okay, and then one more. Jonathan Mounier. Gogoladze. Let's go and do this one. All right, cool. So that's our Russian card all set up as well. 7 prelims. Main card, Curtis Blades to be announced. Ryan Hall versus Tukagov. Michael Johnson versus Islam Makhachev. Jim Miller versus Demir Ismagulov. Cyril Gane versus to be announced. And Kunitskaya versus to be announced. Brunson Weidman, main card is done. Let's go ahead and get the prelims set up. Or actually, let's do these ones set up. So we do actually have Star Pauly versus Joban. Let's go ahead and do that. Anybody else from Argentina? No, okay. Let's go ahead and do this fight. Do one more. Rachel Ostovich finds something for her. Go ahead and do this one. Okay. Okay, Montel Jackson. Raoni Barcelos. 3 more fights. Do one more bantamweight fight. Tom Duquesnoy. Get back in there. No, it's not necessarily a hack. It's just a bot that does that all the time. But yeah, I kind of ignore it whenever those comments, get posted up. But yeah, it's not necessarily a hack, but thanks for the warning anyways. That guy just literally goes on every single video on YouTube and just puts that on there, so. Alright, a couple more for this one. Do middleweight one. Guimarães. Find him a pretty even fight. Let's go and do this one. Okay, one more. Do it at lightweight? No, featherweights. Not Max Holloway. Alright, cool. Go ahead and do this. Ooh, Uruguay. Nice. Pretty close to Argentina. Alright. So let's go ahead and rearrange this. Not that it really matters all that much. We'll put that guy in head. All right, cool. So that's the Argentina card all booked up as well. So now it just needs to book the prelims for this ESPN fight card. So let's see if there's any South Carolina boys that need to be booked. No hometown fighters? No hometown fighters. All right. So now copy from the right. Oof, that's a big mismatch. Go ahead and do this one. 6 more fights to book up here. Okay, go ahead and do this fight. This one as well. Austin Hubbard. Go ahead and book that. Lerone Murphy. Versus Jamal Emmers. 2 more fights to book here. Chikadze. Go ahead and book that as well. And then one more. Batista versus Joey Gomez. All right. Don't really care about the order for that one, but that looks like it's just about going to do it. We have booked the entire month of October. Of course, a lot of these are still to be announced because the people that they are scheduled to fight aren't yet ready to fight. And main thing is our pay-per-view is UFC 255, Cormier versus Ngannou. Daniel Cormier is going to defend his heavyweight championship against Francis Ngannou in California. Cejudo will defend his title against Piotr Jan. Marlon Moraes versus Jimmy Rivera, bantamweight title eliminator. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Angela Hill. Brian Ortega versus Zabit Magomedsharipov, featherweight title eliminator. Main events in Moscow will be Curtis Blades as he takes on Alexander Volkov. And then ESPN Fight Night, which might be the ABC Fight Night, we don't know yet, will be Derek Brunson taking on Chris Weidman in the main event. A pretty stacked card, also featuring Oliveira, Cowboy Cerrone, Korean Zombie versus Cub Swanson, Yair Rodriguez versus Arnold Allen, and Stefan Struve versus Walt Harris. And then in Argentina, the main event will be Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Robbie Lawler, Cowboy Oliveira taking on Diego Sanchez, flyweight title eliminator, amongst other things as well. So that's the entire month of October booked for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you guys like watching me go through my booking schemes and whatnot, the next time I see you guys will be for UFC on ESPN Fight Night, Ozdemir versus Gustafsson, live from Poland. Take a look at the main card there, also the prelims. But that's going to do it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this big old stream that I've done, about nearly 3 hours of streaming. But I'll see you guys next time for the Fight Night. Have a good rest of your day.